Victor from Thornafire. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. Just have our second gig here in Berlin. We played it here about two years ago, and everything just was perfect here. People is just metalhead people. I just love this country. It's very gay. Say it, but it's very beautiful. Play here for the people. It's amazing. Really, I really mean it.
You know that Germany is something like the base capital of metal after maybe Sweden or Norway.
Yeah, in my opinion, is the people is more hot with the topic of the metal. You have many magazine festivals and people living the metalhead lifestyle. So it's pretty amazing, for sure. Yeah, in my opinion, it's one of the best ones. Yeah.
You are also very experienced. I mean, you're playing this here since around like 20 years or something like that, right?
We have lots of experience, but under the meaning of follow this thing like a metalhead. So it's very humble way to do this kind of things. But at the same time, I love music and I love metal because it's have many things to do, and you can travel around the world, and it's very amazing.
When did you arrive to Europe?
About 2 weeks ago.
How many gigs did you play?
Already we had about 3, or with this one I guess 4 one. Yeah, we had 4.
Well, you take it rather easy. Like the most bands, they can take like their way up from the US or from South America or something like that. They tend to kind of have a gig like every day. You know, to fill up the schedule, to kind of get the cash in, you know, to kind of play like every day in some other city. But you're kind of really rather just like a metalhead tourist.
Yeah, I was more into the free will thing, and I just enjoy the music, and I'm kind of lazy guy, so I enjoy to sleep more longer. So it's a better way to do this thing. Maybe we suck, but it's lots better, and it's like I told you, it's very free will because the main core of myself is being a metalhead. So I do this thing mainly in weekends, and it's just perfect for me. Instead to do, I don't know, as well I can know more the better. I can see the culture. Just it's lots better for my head and for what I'm doing right now. So it's lots better.
Well, yeah, touring every day definitely does take a toll. Like psychologically, physically, you're kind of all kinds of fucked up after 30 days of just playing every day in another city. That's for sure, right?
Yeah, I agree. I don't like when but it's, I don't know, it's heavy work when people just do this kind of strong tours day by day and so on. So in my opinion, it's better in this way. It's lots better for me. When I enter here in this continent, I see that the things are to manage a band and to get popularity is something that you have to put lots of money and lots of effort. So
the competition is pretty fierce.
Yeah, I'm into the underground thing when people were more friendly, but now it's more like a competition thing. So people, I don't know, it's more arrogant in my opinion, and they forgot the point of this thing about to be friends and share a beer and speak about albums. And this, in my opinion, is what about this underground thing.
This is also a change of generations, man. I mean, you got like dudes who have a pretty well-looking, expensive laptop and a guitar, and then basically you can produce an album in like 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, it's about the times. By nowadays, people the instrument store sells more stuff than the CD stores, the music store. So nowadays everyone are into a band. So the time it's a big change. It's not like before when people were more fans. They just follow the thing, and I was fan for about 10 years, just no instrument. I was very happy to do that. It was the perfect thing, just follow bands and hanging out with my friends and stuff like that. But nowadays everyone is in a band. So this is make the things little bit different because I don't know, it's more easy when you have a girl easily. You don't respect the thing, so With the music, it's the same. When the people get the things easy, they don't focus their minds very, very deeply in the music, in my opinion.
That is true, and especially if everybody does something like this, then there is an inflation of music, of bands, of performances, of
right.
gigs. I mean, we got like gigs all the time here, which is a good thing, I think, obviously.
Yeah, right.
But definitely that means that you have to be like more extreme to kind of really put it out of the noise.
There's more muscles by nowadays, but yeah, you have to be happy because the metal thing, more or less, is a good thing because old bands like Saxon nowadays they can still play for young generations, and this is good because hippies when they went directly to their 30s, they cannot make the music again because it was out of trend. But the metal thing, right now you have Ozzy Osbourne, you have Saxon, you have Accept, and you have brand new ones. I don't know, Sugar, in my opinion, or Chris. And everyone is into this thing, and it's kind of crazy, but it still exists. So it's no other kind of genre of music that exists for I don't know how much time, about 40 years ago. So it's a pretty interesting thing. More or less, you have problems, but it still is a wonderful thing because if I don't have this music, I will be in my house cleaning my car and doing like Homer Simpson lifestyle. So yeah, so this is pretty good. In my opinion, it's pretty fantastic thing, and everyone is into this thing.
Yeah, tell me please, I was never in South America, especially I've never been in Chile. How is the metal going on up there? How is the scene? How are the people? Because I know that when you come to Argentina or come to Brazil, people just go mental, whatever you do.
Yeah, some people speak out about it, but it's the South American people, they just see all the time this Occidental culture. So for them, this music is kind of they have an extra coin over this thing because they see the bands like gods in a good way. Okay, so for them the life in South America, you have more or less things to do because we don't develop technology, and the things about thinking it don't mean that we are stupid. But you have less things to do, so you have to follow football and go to do a barbecue, have a girlfriend. So the metal thing and the Occidental culture, when bands came there, the people are more enthusiastic, I guess is the word. So this is why it's about the feeling of South Americans is some kind of they just love when some foreigners came there. They see, I don't know, it's a kind of crazy culture. They see so much movies like Lord of the Rings, so when they see some blonde guy, they believe that is someone from that movie. So it's a kind of crazy thing. But me as a traveler, I think I don't care about the Europe or those kind of feelings. But when I was a kid, I was kind of the same, just thinking that from Europe just came gold. So this is why South Americans are kind of enthusiastic with the Occidental music. North America and Europe mainly. No, Asia, they are not into that, not so much. And other continents, I don't know. Even inside of South America, they just follow more mainly Europe and North America.
Your latest album, what is this one? What is it called? What is it about?
It's Magne. It was released in 2014.
It's rather old.
Yeah, it's old, but the time runs faster. And it was released in Germany under FD Records. Here it is. And we had get some support from cultural ministries in Chile. That's pretty interesting.
Wow.
It's like Swedish people. We get some. It's pretty good, and I want to get some congrats to Chile. Because in some ways South America is crazy, but at the same time they bring you some support to this kind of evil music or rock music in what it is.
And that's a Catholic society, right?
It's Catholic and it's very medieval and Spanish influences. Yeah, this is not about a big critics to my criticism to my society, but in Chile still the bosses are like medieval bosses, like you have to pray to them because they give you a job. So that's crazy. And when they have problems in their houses, they come to the job and they just punish their employees. So this is not a good thing. It's about societies in Chile, especially. It's kind of.
But it's very easy to write death metal songs about that, obviously. So this is a songwriting and stuff like the boss from hell.
Yeah, something like this. I think Sepultura they were into social aspects, and they were super interesting band. And they spoke about some Indian tribe that they commit suicide all together.
Oh, okay.
So for me, this is a real thing because Max Cavalera once he told that Sepultura was a weapon. It sounded so savage, but I think it's about metal can be just you can release the life that you have around you. It's better than see news or just read Facebook or something like this. I think it's a good tool the music to get the people connected, really.
Right. So how long is the tour going? Like you're here like 2 weeks more or something?
No, left us about one more and some weeks or something, more than 1 month. So I am pretty excited about this because this year, I don't know, the things are going really good. I don't know how it's about Europe nowadays, but the things are very good for us. Yesterday I'm into cultural situations and I did some kind of solstice celebration in a gallery here in Berlin. So for me, the things are going in that direction. I'm not a follower of religious or political things, so I follow in myself. So doing this kind of and other things are pretty good for me. And I think for the people, so it's pretty good it's like being a satanic hippie or something. Yeah, it's like awesome. Going back to the university. So just talking with people, getting some ideas, results. So it's pretty good, and everything came from music mainly. I think that we have mainly all our stuff under FDA records by nowadays. From Germany, it's near to here in Brandenburg. It's there. I don't know where it is.
It's over there.
Yeah. So people can buy purchase our stuff there. So it's pretty easy nowadays.
Well, pretty easy. You got like something to say to your fans? Here you go. Here's the mic.
Yeah, really. It's pretty amazing doing this thing. I feel like Max Cavalera. No, I just keep the things that in the way that you do. Just follow the good music and stay tuned, stay into our music and follow us into. It's pretty easy in the internet things. And I think we will put another new release. The next year, I don't know if will be under FDA records, but just follow us through the internet things and keep your souls laid to the rock and roll. That's correct. Sorry. So yeah, that's the feeling. Yeah.
All right. I will see you soon.
Yeah.
Mwah.